All right. So, what surfaced for you? Feel free, take the mic. Jennifer said they were having a good conversation, so I asked her if she would also be willing to share a little bit about that.
Sure. And Christine, I'm so sorry. When the button came up, I hit it to dismiss it, but it sent me back into the room. um, Christine and I were having a great conversation. Not sure if you want to jump in, but we started talking about the actual questions and just talking about some of those. I talked about mindful moments, not always looking for the big like time to get into flow or to take a full day, but to be okay with taking a mindful moment, or to be okay with, taking an hour instead of a day to still recharge and care about your well-being. There was a lot more that I said, but then Christine jumped in and started talking about really co-collaborating with people, and the importance of bringing people into the fold and other people experiencing belonging when they're with her. And that started us on a whole nother conversation that was just really good. So that's what I'll use as the highlights though. Christine, I don't know if you want to add.
I'll just share a beautiful nugget that Jennifer blew my mind with, which was we were talking about the importance of language, and how we can control that and how that kind of sets the tone. And Jennifer shared flipping the phrase from killing two birds with one stone to feeding two birds with one seed. And just such a beautiful, generative, powerful way to set the tone in a space. And I just thought that was really nourishing for me in the moment and something to consider in the future. So thank you.
Thank you.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that one. My kids always challenge me to get away from these sort of, we have so many violent and or militaristic or abusive of animals stock phrases that come out of my mouth. As a non-native speaker, I used to pride myself that I know them all, and they're like, oh, this one doesn't feel good. What can I say instead? So I love that one. Thank you.
Else, what other challenges did we face and solutions did we come up with?
Well, I'll jump in and hopefully Alan will too. I was very intrigued with Alan's discussion of kind of the global, I don't want to say clash, but that's the only word I can think of. So where in comparison mine was more so about just in my world, first time with like 6 high priority things, whereas normally in my life I can say, okay, well, these 2 come first and like all these other things can just wait. But they all seem to be something that has to happen and happen now, essentially. So I was just talking about finding the time for the ones that kind of fill my cup so I can go work on the ones that I know I can accomplish them, but I don't have the knowledge myself right now to do it. Like I have to build the knowledge, right? So that was just, again, something I can do with no one else, kind of in the mix, or preventing me from doing that and then be able to get there. But Alan, I don't know if you want to share a little bit about your 15% solution.
No, I'm okay.
You're good? Okay.
Thank you, Lisa. Very nice
You're
talking to you. And
yeah, great to meet you.
Good. Kim or Andrew or Elizabeth, Addie, anyone else want to share? Teo and I had a little chat as well.
I can share mine, which was intriguing for some reason. Maybe it was the repetition of the experience, but I had a similar conversation in the in-person session, Jillian, that you led. And so I was reminded of the conversation I had with the person I was partnered up in that. And I'm trying to get better at giving myself sort of either or limits. So for example, if I have to read a bunch of articles, I will say, okay, you 30 pages or an hour, whichever comes first, I'll stop. So if after an hour I've only read 20 pages because somehow they had citations and follow-ups and things, then I will still stop at that point. If so whichever comes first, the hour or the page limit that I set myself, to really honor that, to be a bit more reasonable with, for example, managing my kids' expectations of, Dad, you said you'd be done at 6 and it's now 6:45 and you're saying just 15 more minutes. Like, what is up with that? So that seems to help when I'm consistent with it.
Great. Yeah, and just to share some of the ones I heard from the previous session and that I've been thinking about since then, some of examples, what we're all juggling so many balls or plates. Well, which ones can you allow to drop? Lisa, like you've got all these priorities, but which ones could you drop, or which ones, what's most meaningful to you? What for me, in terms of reading for leisure, as Teo's example was, if I have a list of books on my phone and I check them out from the library, I can replace reading books with replace doom scrolling with reading books. We don't want to put that the other way around. Yeah, that would not be a solution for success. We want to replace doom scrolling with reading books, so let's always have one on our phone. There's some different little things that we can try to do to increase our success and well-being.
Since you brought up the metaphor with the juggling, I liked somebody at the table behind me in your last session said something about, instead of like I dropped a ball, there's like, which of these can I gently put down and leave there and then come back and pick up later? I sort of liked thinking about it that way. I didn't drop anything. I just chose to put this one down for right now.